One date on your lease can literally cost you thousands of dollars, and most landlords never think about it. When most landlords think about a lease, they focus on the start date, but in many cases, the end date is just as important. Here's why. Rental demand isn't the same throughout the year. Here in the Phoenix metro area, demand typically slows down significantly during the fall and winter months. Fewer families want to move after the school year started, and many people simply don't want to move or relocate during the holidays. That means that a home that might rent in just a few days or weeks during the spring or summer could take weeks or months to rent during the slower season. And the cost of that vacancy isn't just vacancy time during the slow season. Not only are you not collecting rent while the property sits vacant, but when it finally does rent, you're often leasing it in a weaker market. So that lower rental rate is then being locked in for the next 12 months or longer. So here's the solution. Instead of just focusing only on the lease start date, think about the lease expiration date as well. One strategy is to offer flexible lease terms. For example, rather than your listing specifically advertising only a 12-month lease, include language along these lines. Lease terms available from 12 to 16 months depending on the move-in date. Now, I'm not suggesting that you require every applicant to sign a 16-month or longer lease. In fact, if every competing property is offering a standard 12-month lease and your property requires a much longer lease commitment, then you could actually reduce the interest in your property. The goal here isn't to force a longer lease, it's to simply position yourself to have that conversation. Once you've approved a qualified applicant, you could say something along these lines. Since you're moving in during the fall, would you be willing or open to a slightly longer initial lease term, perhaps a 14 to 16 month lease? It helps align future lease expirations with the stronger leasing season, which can then reduce the likelihood of a winter vacancy and ultimately benefits both you and I as the landlord. You'd be surprised how many renters are perfectly comfortable with that. Many people aren't concerned whether the initial lease is 12 months or 14 months, especially if they're planning to stay for a while anyway. It's just a small adjustment that can make a significant difference in reducing vacancy, protecting your rental income, and positioning your property to lease during the strongest time of the year. If you enjoy practical advice like this, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more property management and landlord tips. And if you're curious what your home could rent for in today's rental market, we'd be happy to provide you with a free, no obligation rental analysis. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.